Hi everyone. New information about the Galaxy S26 FE has leaked, but it is important to clarify where this information came from. Some of it was discovered in documents Samsung submitted to official organizations, such as the Wireless Power Consortium and the FCC, while other details were reported by reputable technology sources. The Galaxy S26 FE name and the model number SMS741 have appeared in official records, and a Samsung executive has also confirmed that the phone is coming. So the phone's existence is no longer just a rumor. However, most of the specifications you are about to hear have not yet been officially confirmed by Samsung. The big question is this: will the S26 FE actually be a fresh and exciting phone, or will Samsung repackage last year's design and cameras with a new processor and a higher price? Stay until the end because some of the leaked details about the phone's cameras and pricing could disappoint Galaxy FE fans. Let's start with the design. A real-world image believed to show the Galaxy S26 FE appeared in the Wireless Power Consortium database. The same listing also shows the Galaxy S26 FE name and the model number SM741. Because this image was published in a reputable certification database, it is more credible than unofficial concept images and fan-made renders. Looking at the image, the phone's overall shape does not appear significantly different from the S25 FE. The display and sides of the phone remain flat. The corners are still slightly rounded, and 3 cameras are arranged vertically on the back. The most noticeable change is the addition of a single raised camera island surrounding all 3 lenses. On the S25 FE, each camera lens protruded separately from the back of the phone. On the S26 FE, however, all 3 cameras sit inside one raised module that resembles the design used on the Galaxy Z Fold series and the rest of the S26 family. The position of the camera island looks a little unusual, though, because it sits extremely close to the phone's upper left corner. As a result, the design appears slightly unbalanced. So this is not a completely new design. Samsung has mainly changed the appearance of the camera area. Some reports also claim that Samsung could replace the S25 FE's matte back with a glossy finish. If that rumor is true, the phone will probably show fingerprints more easily. However, the exact materials, thickness, and weight have not been confirmed yet. As for the display, rumors point to a 6.7-inch AMOLED panel with full HD Plus resolution and a 120 Hz refresh rate. These specifications are almost identical to those of the S25 FE, so there does not appear to be a major upgrade in either screen size or resolution. The display's maximum brightness and the type of protective glass are also still unknown. The most meaningful upgrade will probably be inside the phone. Reports and early benchmark results suggest that the Galaxy S26 FE could use Samsung's Exynos 2500 processor. This chip is manufactured using a 3-nanometer process and features an Xclipse 950 GPU based on AMD's architecture. In theory, the Exynos 2500 should offer faster performance and better power efficiency than the Exynos 2400 found in the S25 FE, especially when gaming, editing videos, and using AI-powered features. However, pre-release benchmark results are not always reliable. Real-world performance will also depend on the phone's cooling system and Samsung's software optimization. The phone will likely start with 8 GB of RAM and could be offered with 128, 256, and possibly 512 GB of storage. Reports about a 12 GB RAM version are still conflicting, so we should not treat that option as confirmed. Now let's talk about the cameras, because this may be where the S26 FE's biggest disappointment is hiding. According to one recent report, Samsung may once again use the 50-megapixel ISOCELL GN3 as the main camera. This sensor measures approximately 1/1.57 inches and supports dual-pixel autofocus and optical image stabilization. The telephoto camera will also likely use the same 8-megapixel sensor as the previous generation with 3 times optical zoom and optical image stabilization. 12-megapixel sensors have also been reported for both the ultrawide and selfie cameras. If this information is accurate, the S26 FE's camera hardware will be almost identical to the camera system on the S25 FE. Of course, the new processor and updated image processing algorithms could improve low-light photography, colors, and video quality. But without new camera sensors, we should not expect a major leap in overall image quality. Battery reports are divided between capacities of 4,900 and 5,000 mAh. More importantly, FCC and UL Demco certifications indicate support for 45-watt wired charging. But keep in mind that the S25 FE already supported 45-watt charging, so this is not a new upgrade. Samsung is simply maintaining the same charging speed as the previous generation. The phone has also been registered in the wireless charging database with the key 2.2.1 standard. However, there is no sign of built-in magnets. That means users will probably need a special case with a magnetic ring to attach the phone magnetically to compatible chargers and accessories. On the software side, the S26 FE is expected to launch with Android 17 and One UI 9. It will likely include new Galaxy AI features, photo editing tools, translation, summarization, and other AI-powered assistants. Long-term software support is also expected, but Samsung has not yet announced the exact support period for this model. Overall, the S26 FE currently looks like a cautious upgrade, a newer processor and software, a redesigned camera island, and potentially better performance. However, the display, charging speed, and most of the cameras may remain largely unchanged. If you already own the S25 FE, the current rumors do not provide a strong reason to upgrade. But if you are using an older phone, it would be smarter to wait for the official announcement and see the final pricing, real-world performance, and camera quality before making a decision. What do you think? Are a new processor and updated software enough to make this phone worth buying? Or should Samsung have made more meaningful upgrades to the cameras and overall design?